Hey guys, what's up? It's Ethan Adams, back at it again with my second crit. This time I'm racing the A category, which is faster than the B category, so I'm beyond stoked. We're gonna see how things go this time. And anyways, I'm just super hyped to be here, super hyped to race. I actually got off work early just to race this. So yeah, it was totally well worth it though. It was a blast. Totally different than Class B. A lot more intense, a lot more strategy into it, a lot more brain cells I had to use. So yeah, we'll hop right into it. At the neutral start, I'll just cut right to the very first lap, and here we go. So there's that timer for you guys. We're at 3 seconds into the race, and we're starting to pick things up a little bit, you know. We have one prominent team here in the blue bibs right there. I forgot what they're called, but we'll just call them Team 1 for now. And they do a really good job at managing the race and staying in control of the race. Let me just say that I had no idea going into this race how strategic it was going to be, how much teammates really did matter. And we'll go over some of that and some of the things I really learned. And I'm just super stoked to share you guys about my racing experience, because I think there's a lot to learn in this race, because I do make quite a bit of mistakes. So anyways, I end up, this guy that breaks off, I end up catching him after a lap or two, but I'm pulling everyone behind me. Everyone's still right behind me. There's, you know, no surprise, everyone has lots of gas still. So I get right behind, this guy is from team number 1, and sure enough, another guy from team number 1 ends up popping off to the left. I end up seeing him though, so I'm able to stay behind him for a little bit, but then he pulls away. I get out of that draft, and I'm just so bad at cornering, he just slips away from me. That's one thing too that's a huge difference, is the technicality of the course. Racing the A category is just so much more, I guess, vigorous, because you have some pretty aggressive riders and you have to learn how to navigate the course and the riders. So this was super good experience. So anyways, we end up catching up, and sure enough, after I catch team number 1 again, team number 1 pops off again. And so I'm just like, what is going on? This is so much more different than my category B race, and I'm just dumbfounded. And so anyways, my teammate pops off. You can't really tell he's my teammate, but he got his kit shredded up at one of these races a little bit ago. So he's on my team though. He's a part of the Brit Wheels team. So anyways, I'll hurry and break it down to you guys why catching your teammate is so bad. So I was able to get some funding from NASA and build a supercomputer at home to run this super extreme program. You know, it's going to be super high quality, and I'm going to break down why you don't chase your teammates, and a little bit of aerodynamics and road biking strategy here in a second. So anyways, I end up catching him, and for some reason I pass him. I don't know why I do this, but I just do. And so anyways, hop over to that super duper realistic infographic I have for you guys that I composed. So we have all our riders here. The guy in the front is breaking all the wind, meaning he's taking all the wind resistance, and all the air is flowing over the 3 cyclists behind him. This is called drafting. It's a really great way to save energy. And here I have the teams divided up. So here is the Brit Wheels team with beans and toast, and everyone else will just be a Big Mac. How about that? So let's say my teammate's in the front. All that wind is breaking on me when I'm pulling behind him. Does that make sense? So the hamburgers or the Big Macs are able to draft behind the Brit team. And so I'm breaking all this wind, and I run up to my teammate, breaking all that wind, and then I'm pulling the other team with me. The proper way how it's supposed to look is, you see we have hamburger team up here, and they pull away, they break off, they attack or whatever, and then us, the Brit team, catches them down while the other hamburger teammate just sits on our draft, and that way they're able to switch off attacking and drain us. So that's the whole racing strategy behind that. So okay, and so back to the race. I never, you know, lost anyone or anything, but someone breaks off, and we spend the next, I think, like lap or 2 chasing them down. I think I end up pulling the entire time too. I'm carrying everyone behind me. This is not good for me. I don't know why I'm doing this. I think my mountain biker brain is just like, all right, time to hammer. Let's go. Even though I shouldn't be. I should be letting someone else do all the work for me. So anyways, it takes another lap or two. We end up catching the guy. And I pull off to the side and I slow down just a little bit and I give everyone the elbow saying, hey, I'm not going to pull the entire way. So most of the group ends up passing me here, and I just try to suck onto their wheel and make sure they don't get away, because I'm sick of pulling, you know, I'm sick of working. And so I get behind everyone, get in that draft. My cornering is really bad, I found out after this race. I thought it was pretty decent during the B race, but no, these guys can rail these corners with so much speed. So I need to get way better at that. So anyways, we have this guy on the right on the BMC from Team 1, and he's a really strong rider. I think he ends up making it to the breakaway. And so anyways, I get pushed onto the outside right here. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll pass some people or whatever, but the outside is not the best place to pass. You'll see here in a second, I end up just getting gapped, like, not gapped, but a lot of people end up just being able to like pull in front of me, and this is not good, because when an attack goes off to the left right here, you see my teammate pushing off and I can't go anywhere. As much as I'd love to, I cannot move. I'm not able to go anywhere. I'm just stuck behind everyone, and so this is me for the meantime. I try getting on that nope, I don't try getting on the inside line. I still go on the outside thinking there's still hope if I push on the outside. But here I shimmy up on the inside line, and look at that, I'm just gaining positions. It's so much easier than trying to pull through on the outside line. So try and hold that inside. This guy yells at me that I'm going up and I'm making an attack. No way, homie. I'm just trying to get a good position. Everyone's kind of slowing down, looking at each other like, okay, what's going to happen? What are we going to do? What's the plan? And so this guy on the left ends up, you know, breaking off. And so my teammate and I go after him. I don't know if this is a good move on my part, just staying my teammate's draft or not, or kind of letting everyone fall back. I'm not for sure. But I get behind them. You can see these guys are just so good at cornering. They gain another 10 feet on me just through that corner. I really need to work on it. So that's just one thing about these technical races, is you need to know how to corner. So anyways, a couple of attacks pop off. I think we all end up like catching them. Nothing super important happens. So I get behind them, and yeah, you know, we're just chilling again. I'm back here, nothing's really going on. We're cruising pretty fast though. It's been a really good pace. I shimmy up on the inside line, you know, making sure I'm not letting that front group break off and, you know, disappear for the rest of the race. So come on the inside line, and I look up ahead and my teammate makes a break for it. So one of my teammates breaks off. I don't want to miss it, so I end up getting right behind him, trying to make sure I don't get too far behind. And also have my other teammate here on the right, and he talks to me and he says something like, I honestly don't know what he says. So I just give him a good yeah and keep riding. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm like, my hypoxic brain is just like, yeah, just go. And so anyways, nothing really happens. I mean, if nothing means an attack every single lap. So there's so many attacks. I could make, you know, if you guys really want to see all of them, go and look at the other video, the full race without any editing or anything. But there's just so many attacks, dude. Like, this is why it's so strategic and so beneficial to have teammates, because you're able to plan these things and play it safe. And so big attacks, there's a big group attack right here. I'm able to stick behind them though, get on their wheel, stay in that draft, and we're looking pretty good so far. And so, I mean, I'm liking my placement, although because I'm so bad at cornering, I end up, you know, paying the price a little bit and not being in that draft. And so anyways, there's a big, my teammate ends up breaking up here, and so that's what he does. And I'm not really for sure what to do. Should I chase? Because I'm kind of starting to like think a little bit more now that my heart rate's dropped a little bit. And so I'm just gonna speed it up just a little bit for you guys. I'm not for sure anything really important happens besides, you know, those two people break off in front, and I think we just kind of chase them down for the next little bit. So that's what happens. Nothing too big in the next couple minutes, but I also don't want you guys to miss half the race. I end up shimmying up on this inside line once again, and I'm right by my teammate. The guy with the 360 cam flies up ahead. I don't think we see him for the rest of the race after I pass him, though. Everyone's kind of fighting for a position. We're 29 laps in with about 10 minutes to go of the race, and I'm just thinking, what do I need to do to put myself in a good position? And so I'm like, I don't know. I've never raced one of these. So I just go fast and hope for the best. There's another attack. We end up chasing after it, me and my teammate. And I get behind him. He has a really good pull and make sure this guy on the left doesn't get ahead of us. So we get there about 30 miles an hour. Dude, this is such a fast course. It's so fun. I really enjoy it. You guys all need to try it out if you haven't already. And so we have 10 laps left. Less than 10 minutes of the race is left. And so an attack goes off, and I am not thinking. So my teammate gives me words of wisdom. Chase that down. And so in my mountain biker brain, I'm like, okay, I'll chase that down. I'll do whatever you say. And I do. So that's what I do, because I have no idea what else I'm supposed to be doing. So takes me a lap or two to chase him down, but I'm pulling 2 other guys behind me, so we have a group of 5 in the breakaway, and the peloton's getting a little bit farther behind, and they're like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, okay, I'll just do that, I guess. So I pull ahead after pulling everyone to this group, and I'm just working. I mean, heart rate's within a fair, I guess, range for me. I can hold this for quite a while, but it's just mentally, dude, I'm just I'm absolutely destroyed. I've been thinking way too much and not actually anything going down. And so anyways, this guy rotates for me. I get in his draft. Every single corner, though, we end up dropping. I pass him for some reason. We have 4 laps to go. I'm getting stressed. I have no idea what I'm doing. And so this guy gets in front of me. I'm like, okay, this is a good spot to be because I'm right behind him. I'm getting that draft, and we have 3 laps to go, the guy on the megaphone says, and I'm like, all right, well, what do I do? Should I try and make a break like I did last time on my B race? And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way I could. They're not going to let me get away with that. So instead, I just get really, really passive. I really don't know what I'm doing. I've dropped back down to a 4th position, and I'm just hanging on for dear life. I'm not thinking straight. I'm not looking at my cycling computer. I don't know where my heart rate's at. I'm just riding, and I'm just kind of I guess not really thinking. I'm an empty-minded rider at this point. I'm just going. And so we're coming in on this is the last corner of the race. After another couple laps, and it's getting stressful because I lose their wheel for a little bit, and I'm where I don't want to be. The guy says 2 laps to go, so that's how many laps we got to go. And so we continue going, and I sneak on the inside line right here, and which is good for me. I'm like, okay, maybe I just need to hop in 2nd place, and from here just maybe make a break or something, but I don't know what to do. I have no idea. After every corner, a couple feet fall away from me, and we're starting to pick things up just a little bit. I sandwich myself in between these guys in the corner and end up getting a good position. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and attack, see where things go with that. Surprise, doesn't go that well. Everyone just follows me, and I burn more matches than I should have. And so I take this terrible line. Oh my gosh, I could have probably saved 3 seconds had I gone inside line right there. And so we're throwing out some big watts right here. I'm really excited to get a power meter sometime. You're hearing that bell with last lap to go. We got less than a minute of the race left. It's go time. But my brain is not ready to go time. Instead, I'm just like, okay, I'll just wait till the last corner to, make a break for it. But no, that's not the case. The sprint is won before the sprint even begins. You see here, I just keep falling behind, and I'm like recovering in a sense, but no, I'm not. I'm just wasting energy when I should be behind that first rider's wheel. And so I'm sitting at 3rd place right here, and this guy comes in on my inside line and rails the corner, and I realize this is it. I'm finishing 4th. But then I look behind me, there's a rider to the very right of me, and so it's go time. I punch it out. We're neck and neck. You can see we both shove right here. Oh, so close. Let's replay that one more time. Going frame by frame. I'm pretty sure I end up winning, but I'm not for sure. It was like down to inches what it looked like. So anyway, super gnarly race, really good people. Happy to finish 4th, maybe 5th, I don't know, I don't really care too much, but it was just a really great experience. So everyone's so cool, you know, we fist bump, and you know, that's the end of the race. So thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys later. Make sure to check out the full video if you'd like. I'll throw that up in the thumbnail right up above. Alright, see you guys later. Peace out.